Meanwhile, Baltimore City State's Attorney Ivan Bates says the lack of apparent enforcement of some of these laws in Fells Point and other places could be connected to the city's federal consent decree.
I give out advice. I don't tell the police department what to do. That's the mayor. That's the police commissioner. But I'm extremely frustrated.
We spoke with Bates today about his concerns and what he wants to see changed to ensure safety in communities across Baltimore. This weekend, Baltimore's young people gathering in Fells Point.
Probably there are several teens loitering near his motorcycle. Possibly all was done.
But hardly any enforcement of the citation docket on display by Baltimore police. Right now, BPD has a consent decree with the U.S. Department of Justice. The years-long process aims to reform the department.
Like everything, there are some hiccups, some issues. My number one issue when I look at it is how the consent decree is allowing the officers to deal with juveniles.
City State's Attorney Ivan Bates says he too has heard from frustrated business owners and people living in Fells Point.
And so you hear that they say, the police will tell the community, we can't write a citation to juveniles because of the consent decree.
After digging through BPD's policy, Bates points to this, Policy 803, prohibiting officers from issuing citations to anyone under 18 years old. He says the policy is tied to the consent decree overseen by Judge James Bradar.
The consent decree is a living, breathing document, so things change. As the police department has gotten and gained more trust within the community, we recognize that, Fells Point is screaming out because we're almost at an emergency type of issue on what to do with the young people. Judge Bradar said, just come to the court and bring the issues and concerns to the court, and any changes the court is open to hear.
Giving a young person a citation would not mean that person is automatically arrested or incarcerated, according to Bates.
If we were able to write a citation, that young person then would eventually go to DJS. DJS would be able to say, hey, it's a misdemeanor, what programs? It's no different than the SINS petition.
It's unclear if City Hall has tried to change the terms of the consent decree or if that's something Mayor Brandon Scott even wants to do. But Bates is clear about one thing.
When I look at the system, when I look at the leadership, we haven't done right. We have failed in that regard. When you are a leader, that we are supposed to make sure that we try to aid the public. Here's a part of the public that's screaming out.
What's happening now in Baltimore doesn't seem to be working, especially when it comes to young people breaking the law. Now, we asked BPD if the agency was open to making changes to the current policy or asking for a change to the consent decree like the state's attorney suggested. We're still awaiting an answer. And that brings us to our question of the day. Should BPD change its policy on issuing citations to juveniles? To make your voice heard, head to foxbaltimore.com/vote.
I'm Kai Jackson. Thank you for watching. Here's another video to watch. Also, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel.